My first time watching Star Trek. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Intruder unidentified. Believe luminescence cloud to be enormous power field. Our sensor scans unable to penetrate. Imperial Klingon cruiser Amor continuing to attack.
Our sensor drone is intercepting this on quad L14.
That's within Klingon boundaries. Who are they fighting?
Unknown, sir.
What is that exactly? Wow. Just disappeared.
We've plotted a course on that cloud, Commander. It will pass into Federation space fairly close to us. Sir, it's on a precise heading for Earth.
What kind of cloud is that? And what's inside of it? A symbol of pure logic. Oh, what's up? Our minds are joined, Spock. What is he thinking? Oh. United Federation of Planets? Is this supposed to be Earth?
You received your appointment as Enterprise Science Officer?
Based, I'm told, on your recommendation, Admiral. Captain Decker requested I complete final science briefing here before we leave on our mission.
The Enterprise is in final preparation to leave dock.
Which will require 20 more hours at minimum.
12. I'm on my way to a meeting with Admiral Agura, which will not last more than 3 minutes.
Report to you, sir.
It's my intention to be on that ship. Report to me in 1 hour.
Oh, wow. Teleportation.
Those departure orders, 12 hours, Starfleet cannot be serious.
Why aren't the Enterprise transporters operating, Mr. Scott?
We have just finished 18 months redesigning and refitting the Enterprise. Me to have it ready in 12 hours.
Take me over, please. An alien object of unbelievable destructive power is less than 3 days away from this planet. The only starship in interception range is the Enterprise.
Wow.
Ready or not, she launches in 12 hours.
That's a lot to ask for, especially when something is not ready. I feel like it's guaranteed to be a hiccup of some sorts.
Haven't had near enough transition time with all the new equipment. And the engines, they're not even tested at warp power.
A few years as Chief of Starfleet Operations may have made me a little stale. Wouldn't exactly consider myself on trial. They gave her back to me, Scotty.
Gave her back, son. I doubt it was that easy with Nagura. You might. Any man who could manage such a feat, I would not dare disappoint. And she'll be ready.
Oh, she's gorgeous! The USS Enterprise, all right.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
That was an entire film in itself, just getting to the USS Enterprise. USS Enterprise. That's like a 6-minute sequence.
Welcome aboard, Admiral. Commander Scott, you're needed in engineering immediately. Sir, if you'll follow me, I'll show you.
I think I can find my way in. Bridge.
I'll get somebody down there as soon as I can, Claire. My people are all tied up now.
Captain, Starfleet just signaled your transfer of command orders, sir.
Welcome aboard, my brother.
I appreciate the welcome. I wish the circumstances were less critical. Epsilon 9 is monitoring the intruder. Keep a channel. Where's Captain Decker?
He's in engineering, sir. He doesn't know.
Assemble a crew on the recreation deck at 0400 hours.
Captain mean business.
The transporter sensor was not activated.
Initialization automatic off.
Admiral Kirk. Oh, we're getting a top brass send-off. No launch. On schedule. We have to tow her out with our bare hands.
That we will, sir.
Can't believe no one told him.
This is some kind of Starfleet pep talk. I'm really too busy.
I'm taking over the center seat, Will.
You're what?
I'm replacing you as captain of the Enterprise. You'll stay on as executive officer. Temporary grade reduction to commander.
You personally are assuming command?
Yeah.
May I ask why?
My experience. 5 years out there dealing with unknowns like this. My familiarity with the Enterprise. It's crew.
Admiral, this is an almost totally new Enterprise. You don't know her a tenth as well as I do.
That's why you're staying aboard. I'm sorry, Will.
No, Admiral. I don't think you're sorry. I remember when you recommended me for this command.
Ooh.
You told me how envious you were and how much you hoped you'd find a way to get a Starship Command again. It looks like you found a way.
Report to the bridge, Commander.
Ooh.
Immediately.
Baby, the tensions are high. I feel like I just watched a villain be born. That's how it happens. I wouldn't trust him. I mean, I don't feel that General should have been the one to, you know, let this guy know that he's going to be taking over, because there's too much tension, man.
Transporter, do not engage. It's too late. I'm beaming now.
Back!
Able to receive their pattern, Enterprise.
Uh-oh.
Starfleet, boost your mat again.
We need more signal. More signal!
They're losing their pattern.
Oh no, they're forming.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Starfleet, do you have them?
What we got back didn't live long, fortunately.
Please express my condolences to their families.
Oh.
Commander Sonax can be reached through the Vulcan MC. There was nothing you could have done, Rand.
So is it the ship? I told y'all, like, the ship is gonna be faulty. It's not ready, but we're trying to launch her into outer space. ASAPers.
Turbo shaft 8.
Back that way, sir.
We have to replace Commander Sonak. I'd still like a Vulcan there, if possible.
None available, Captain. In fact, there's no one who's fully rated on this design.
You are, Mr. Decker. I'm afraid you're going to have to double as science officer.
I'm telling you, these two together, they're gonna blow. And exactly how we're supposed to fight against this. If they can just shoot out a beam that immediately obliterates the ship, what chance do we really stand?
That's all we know about it.
Yeah.
Except that it is now 53.4 hours away from Earth. Enterprise is the only Federation starship that stands in its way. We assume that there is a vessel of some type at the heart of the cloud. Are to intercept, investigate, and take whatever action is necessary. We can only hope that there is a life form aboard that vessel that...
Enterprise.
What's going on?
Cloud is definitely a power field of some kind. But there must be something incredible inside there generating and transmitting lingo code friendship messages on all frequencies. Kind of power surge.
Receiving an odd pattern now.
Enterprise, they could be mistaking our scans as a hostile act. Emergency fire!
Oh.
We are unbacked.
Oh! Now, if they under attack, what chance do we stand?
You were off.
What are we supposed to do?
Pre-launch countdown will commence in 40 minutes.
You don't have no more to say?
Transporter system fully repaired and functioning normally, sir.
The navigator, Lieutenant Ilea. She's already aboard and en route to the bridge, sir.
Do you know her, Decker?
She's Delton, Captain.
Lieutenant Ilea, reporting for duty, sir.
Welcome aboard, Lieutenant.
Hello, Ilea.
Decker.
Oh.
I was stationed on the Lieutenant's home planet some years ago.
Commander Decker?
Yes, our exec and science officer.
Captain Kirk has the utmost confidence in me.
May I assume my duties?
By all means.
Captain, Starfleet reports our last 6 crew members are ready to beam up. One of them is refusing to step into the transporter.
Well, for a man who swore he'd never return to the Starfleet.
Just a moment. I'll explain what happened. They drafted me.
They didn't.
This was your idea. This was your idea, wasn't it?
Bones is a thing out there.
Why is any object we don't understand always called a thing?
I need you.
Permission to come aboard?
Permission granted.
Helm, ready, sir?
Orbital departure on plot, sir.
Maneuvering thrusters, Mr. Sulu.
Maneuvering thrusters, sir.
Hold station.
Yeah.
Take us out.
Yeah.
In order to intercept the intruder at the earliest possible time, we must now risk engaging warp drive while still within the solar system.
Assuming we have full warp capability. Accelerating to warp 7 on leaving the solar system will bring us to IP with the intruder 20.1 hours.
Science officer's computation confirmed, sir.
Someone gotta tell me what's going on. What's going on with these two?
But I still recommend further simulation study.
Every minute brings that object closer to Earth. Engineer, we need warp speed now. Jim, you're pushing.
Tell them.
Your people know their jobs.
That's it, sir. I can't do any better.
It's borderline on the simulator, Captain. I cannot guarantee that she'll hold up.
Warp drive, Mr. Scott.
Accelerating to warp 1, sir.
I don't know if she can handle going to warp. See? This is the first time I've ever seen a hyperspace jump go wrong.
Commercial lag will continue 22.5 seconds before forward velocity slows to sublight speed.
Well, then you'll override on help.
Direction is control. Turn off the
The effects that they're using, they're pretty cool to convey this scene. Wow. That was insane. They're like impact torpedo.
Helm control restored, sir.
I don't want to talk about it.
Communications are normal, sir.
Negative damage reported, Captain.
Wrong, Mr. Chekhov. There are casualties. My wits. Frightened out of... Engineer, report your status there.
In just a second, Exec. We're picking up the pieces down here. Captain, it was the engine imbalance that created the wormhole in the first place.
That object is less than 2 days away from Earth. We need to intercept while it still is out there. Lay a new heading to conform with our initial IP with the intruder. I'd like to see you in my quarters.
Mind if I tag along, Captain?
Why was my phaser order countermanded?
Sir, the Enterprise redesign increases phaser power by channeling it through the main engines. The phasers were automatically cut off. I'm sorry if I embarrassed you.
Oh!
You saved the ship.
I'm aware of that, sir.
Stop competing with me, Decker.
Permission to speak freely, sir?
Granted.
Sir, you haven't logged a single star hour in 2.5 years. That plus your unfamiliarity with the ship's redesign, in my opinion, sir, seriously jeopardizes this mission.
Nursemaid me through these difficulties, mister?
Yes, sir, I'll do that.
Young blood versus old blood. The young blood is like, I know what I'm doing. I do it better. This is my ship. You know nothing about it. Things are different now.
You may be right, Jim.
But y'all acting like Jim's seniority doesn't bring about something beneficial. The fact that he has so much experience out here in space.
I'm sorry.
That you left Delta 4?
Ooh.
Or that you didn't even say goodbye?
If I had seen you again, would you have been able to say it?
He'd just be leaving without saying goodbye.
You've used this emergency to get the Enterprise back.
And I intend to keep her? Is that what you're saying?
It's an obsession. An obsession that can blind you to far more immediate and critical responsibilities. Your reaction to Decker is an example, Jim.
Bridge to Captain.
Viewer on.
Signal from a Federation-registered long-range shuttle, sir. He wishes to come alongside and lock on.
My security scan shows it has a grade 1 priority, Captain. Non-belligerency confirmed.
Very well, Mr. Chekhov. See to it. Your opinion has been noted. Anything further?
That depends on you.
The science fiction is here, but so is the dialogue, so is the writing, because there's a lot of nuances going on here and a lot of, themes being brought up. I mean, you have this captain here who has done all these explorations out here, battles out here in space, and he is coming on this new Enterprise with this unknown thing out here in space, trying to lead, but it's hard because it's also trying to prove a point, but also trying to save the day, but at what cost, really? And because of what he's trying to prove, is that going to hinder the mission?
Security scan. One word.
Oh!
Permission to come aboard, sir.
Granted, sir. Granted.
Permission to come on board. Granted, sir. Granted. He just pulled up. Spock just pulled up.
Why? Why, it's Mr. Spock.
They know him?
Spock.
Somebody, what's the relationship here? Someone tell me.
I've been monitoring your communications with Starfleet Command, Captain. I'm aware of your engine design difficulties. I offer my services as science officer.
If our exec has no objections.
Of course not. I'm well aware of Mr. Spock's qualifications.
List him as science officer. Both effective immediately.
It's how we all feel, Mr. Spock.
Captain, with your permission, I will now discuss these fuel equations with the engineer.
Mr. Spock, welcome aboard.
I had totally forgot about Spock up until this point, but now it's about to get real good.
We have the engines rebalanced into full warp capacity, which means we will now be able to intercept Intruder while still more than a day from Earth.
Science Officer Spock. Reporting as ordered, Captain.
Please sit down. Spock, you haven't changed a bit. You're just as warm and sociable as ever.
Nor have you, Doctor. Your continued predilection for irrelevancy demonstrates.
Gentlemen, yes, you are undergoing the culinary discipline.
If you are referring to the Colinar, Doctor, you are correct.
However, it's pronounced, Mr. Spock.
Culinary discipline.
Ritual that's supposed to purge all remaining emotions. The culinar is also a discipline you broke. To join us, will you? Please sit down.
On Vulcan, I began sensing a consciousness from a source more powerful than I have ever encountered. Thought patterns of exactingly perfect order. I believe they emanate from the intruder.
What?
Well, isn't it lucky for you that we just happen to be heading your way? I need him.
Then my presence is to our mutual advantage.
Any thought patterns you might sense, whether they appear to affect you personally or not, I expect immediately reported.
Exactly. What do you know about that entity that's inside of the cloud, Spock? And if it's talking to Spock, does that mean that the entity is connected to Spock in some way where they can get information? Having him on board might be placing the ship in jeopardy.
How do we know
That he wouldn't put his own interests ahead of the ship's?
Huh.
I could never believe that.
Bridge to officers' lounge.
Guys, it's getting too dynamic with Spock on board. We got the issues with Decker, the issues with the ship in itself. We got Jim out here and Bones. It's a lot going on. I feel like every second the ship is gonna blow up or something.
Lingo code?
Continuing friendship messages on all frequencies.
We are being scanned.
Do not return scan, Mr. Spock. Could be misinterpreted as hostility.
Intruder scans emanating from the exact center of the cloud.
No response to friendship messages, sir.
Shall I go to battle station?
What are friendship messages? It's like, hey, I mean no harm. XOXO.
No, Mr. Decker, that could also be misinterpreted as hostile.
12 power energy field.
12 power? Captain, we've seen what their weapons can do. Shouldn't we take every possible precaution?
I suspect there's an object at the heart of that cloud.
If that order isn't clear enough for you, Captain, as your exec, it's my duty to point out alternatives.
I stand corrected.
5 minutes to cloud boundary.
Nothing parallel to whatever we find out there. Mr. Sulu, tactical plot on viewer. Tactical on viewer.
That measures 12 power energy? Thousands of starships couldn't generate that much. Mr. Spock?
Are you getting something, Spock? Are you getting something?
I sense we have been contacted. Why have we not replied?
How? Standard on viewer. Forces up full.
The thing upset because you left them on red?
Analysis, Mr. Spock.
Alien weapon is a form of plasma energy, Captain.
All decks, brace for impact.
The new screen's held.
Yeah, for now.
Full power on force field. Deflector power is down 70%.
The intruder has been attempting to communicate. Our previous transmission mode was too primitive to be received. I am now programming our computer to transmit lingua code at their frequency.
I wonder what they're saying. Or why they're taking the time to communicate. Oh no!
Shields cannot handle another attack.
Great.
Mr. Spock?
Great. Mr. Spock, gonna need you to communicate a little faster.
Spock.
15 seconds.
Spock. Transmit now.
Spock, transmit now. It's gone. How is that possible?
It would seem our friendship messages have been received and understood, Mr. Spock.
I would say that was a logical assumption, Captain.
Course projection on tactical, sir.
Opinion, Mr. Spock.
Recommend we proceed, Captain.
I advise caution, Captain. We can't withstand another attack.
That thing is 20 hours away from Earth.
We don't know what it'll do. Moving into that cloud at this time is an unwarranted gamble.
How do you define unwarranted?
You asked my opinion, sir.
Navigator, maintain course. Helmsman, steady as she goes.
Once we have communication established, can the entity at least tell us why it's going straight for Earth? Still don't know what it is. Oh.
Transmit image of alien to Starfleet. Advise we are attempting further communication.
Any attempt to transmit out of the cloud is being reflected back.
Looks like a nucleus of some sort.
Reduce magnification factor force. We are already 2 settings below that, sir. Mr. Sulu, us into a parallel course. Over the alien at 500 meters. Then take us out to 100 kilometers distance, adjusting parallel course.
I mean, as you're watching this, it's probably cut down, but this scene is over like 10 minutes long. What are we in? What is this? Intruder? Wait a minute. How does someone have just the beaming capabilities to just beam up in here like that? What is this?
Can that be one of their crew? A probe from their vessel, Captain.
Don't interfere with it.
See, he is studying the ship.
It's running our records.
Now, how are we supposed to fight an entity? Or maybe we're not supposed to fight it. We're just trying to stop it from coming to Earth. And it's just collecting all this intel on us. Wait, why did it take her? Uh-oh. Oh, no, if Decker didn't have motive, he really has it now. I tell you, it's ever since we stepped foot on the Enterprise, it's something.
Captain, we've been seized by a tractor beam.
Get someone up here to take the navigator station.
Going to full emergency.
Cannot break free, Captain. We have only a fraction of the power necessary.
Scotty drive system should be free now.
Ready to launch a remote communications drone with complete ship's records, including our present situation.
A maximum phaser strike directly at the beam might weaken it just enough for us to break free.
Break free to where, Commander?
Exactly.
Any show of resistance would be futile, Captain.
We don't know that, mistress. Why are you opposed to trying?
Uh-oh. Can we trust Spock? Do we not trust Spock?
Why bring us inside? To destroy us. They could have done that outside.
Curiosity, Mr. Decker. Insatiable curiosity.
Photic sonar readings indicate the aperture is closing. We're trapped, sir.
Well, now I'm getting a better look. It looks like an entire colony.
I believe the closed orifice leads to another chamber. I suspect it may be necessary.
Where did it go?
Oh! Officers' quarters. Have security meet.
45 degrees. 40 degrees. Temperature leveling 396.
Been programmed by Beecher to observe and record.
Jim, what's going on?
Tricorder.
Beecher is that which programs me.
Is V'ger the name of the captain of the alien vessel?
This is a mechanism.
A probe, Captain. Recording everything we say and do.
Where is Lieutenant Ilea?
That unit no longer functions. I've been given its form to more readily communicate with the carbon-based units infesting Enterprise.
Carbon-based units? Humans, Ensign Perez.
Why does V'ger travel to the third planet of the solar system directly ahead?
To find the Creator.
Creator? What does V'ger want with the Creator?
To join with him.
To join with the Creator.
Beecher and the Creator will become one.
And who is the Creator?
The Creator is that which created V'ger.
Who is V'ger?
V'ger is that which seeks the
Okay. We're not going to get a clear answer out of her.
Thorough examination of this probe might provide some insight into those who manufactured it and how to deal with them.
I'm programmed to observe and record only the normal functioning of the carbon-based units.
And even the smallest body functions are exactly duplicated. Every exocrine system is the same, too. Even eye moisture.
What happened to her, Captain? This probe may be our key to the aliens.
Probe? Ilea?
Exactly. It is a programmed mechanism, Commander. Its body duplicates our navigator in precise detail. Suppose that beneath its programming, the real Ilea's memory patterns are duplicated with equal precision.
They have a pattern to follow.
Indeed. They may have followed it too precisely.
Ilea's memory? Her feelings of loyalty?
Yeah, the way she looked at Decker.
Might all be there.
Relationship with Lieutenant Ilea, Commander.
That probe in another form is what killed Ilea.
Commander, we're locked in an alien vessel, 6 hours from Earth orbit. Our only contact with our captor is that probe. If we can control it, persuade it, use it.
I have recorded enough here. You will now assist me further.
At your service.
Decker unit can assist you with much greater efficiency. Carry on with your assignment, Mr. Decker.
Wow, guys, I didn't see it's so complex. Is it possible that Alia's past memory and connections with Decker can be the key to saving the Enterprise? Because if so, this is just a love story.
The carbon units use this area for recreation. What types of recreation does the crew aboard your vessel enjoy?
The words recreation, enjoy, have no meaning to my programming.
Ilea enjoyed this game. She nearly always won.
Oh boy.
This device serves no purpose.
I mean, you see the struggle between Ilea and Ilia's past memories and the programming.
Why does Enterprise require the presence of carbon units?
Enterprise would be unable to function without carbon units.
More data concerning this functioning is necessary.
What does that mean?
When my examination is complete, all carbon units will be reduced to data patterns.
Are the memory patterns of a certain carbon unit? If I can help you to revive those patterns, we could understand our functions better.
That is logical.
Is Spock trying to get outside of the ship to go into the entity? No, Spock. No, what are you doing?
Dr. Chapel.
Oh, wow.
Ilea, Commander, this is a mechanism.
Help us. Make direct contact with V'ger.
I cannot.
His creator, V'ger is looking for. What is it?
V'ger does not know.
Wait a minute. What if it's Spock? No. It's really hitting me because V'ger has been talking to Spock and Spock has been connecting with V'ger. What if Spock is the creator or something?
These messages will detail my attempt to contact the aliens.
Was you gonna tell somebody you came out here?
Your emergency evacuation thruster pack has been armed. The burn duration is 10 seconds.
I intend to calculate thruster ignition and acceleration rate to coincide with the opening of the V'ger orifice.
Sir, airlock 4 has been opened.
Mm-hmm. Your question is, where is Spock?
That's Spock.
Wow, this thing goes really deep. Is that an entire planet?
Apparently a kind of plasma energy conduit. Whole galaxies all stored here, recorded. Could be a representation of V'ger's entire journey. We are inside a living machine.
Whoa. Whoa. What is that? Spock!
Spock!
Oh man, homie really ain't gonna talk. He's probably too stunned.
Spinal nerve fiber connection.
Neurological trauma. The power pouring through that mind meld must have been staggering.
Jim. I should have known.
Were you right about V'ger?
A life form of its own. Conscious, living entity.
A living machine?
It considers the Enterprise a living machine. That's why the probe refers to our ship as an entity.
V'ger has knowledge that spans this universe. With all its pure logic, V'ger is barren.
Just like you, Spock. But I feel that Spock created V'ger somehow.
What should you have known? What should you have known?
This simple feeling is beyond V'ger's comprehension. No meaning, no hope, no answers. It's asking questions. All that I am. Is there nothing more?
Bridge to Captain.
Kirk here.
From Starfleet, sir. Intruder cloud has been located on the outer monitors for the past 27 minutes.
Starfleet reports forward velocity is slowed to subwarp speed. We are 3 minutes from Earth orbit.
Sending a machine to Earth. Looking for its creator. Incredible. Mr. Chekhov, Commander Decker's present location.
They are in engineering, sir.
V'ger is transmitting a signal.
Signals the creator.
A simple binary code transmitted by carrier wave signal. Radio.
Radio? V'ger expects an answer. I don't know the question.
The creator has not responded.
Oh, come on. We need more response time. Relax, V'ger. Relax.
All planetary defense systems have just gone inoperative.
Starfleet computes the devices are proceeding toward equidistant positions, orbiting the planet.
They could devastate the entire surface of the planet.
The Creator has not answered. The carbon unit infestation is to be removed from the Creator's planet.
Why?
You infest Enterprise. You interfere with the Creator in the same manner.
Beecher is a child. I suggest you treat her as such.
A child?
A child. Evolving. Learning. Searching. Instinctively needing.
Needing what?
No.
This child is about to wipe out every living thing on Earth. Now, what do you suggest we do? Spank it.
It knows only that it needs, Commander. But like so many of us, it does not know what.
The carbon units know why the Creator has not responded.
Disclose the information.
Not until V'ger withdraws the devices.
I'm losing Starfleet. Interference from V'ger.
Disclose the information. Why has the Creator not responded?
No. Secure all stations. Clear the bridge.
Hey! Hey!
Clear the bridge, Captain. That was the order, Mr. Sulu. Clear the bridge.
V'ger!
Your child is having a tantrum, Mr. Spock.
If V'ger destroys the Enterprise, the information that V'ger requires will also be destroyed.
Kirk Unit! Kirk Unit! Why do you not disclose information?
Because V'ger's going to destroy all the carbon units on the third planet. The information will not be disclosed.
V'ger needs the information.
That V'ger must withdraw all the orbiting devices.
V'ger will comply if the carbon units will disclose the information.
It learns fast, doesn't it?
Real fast.
Obviously operates from a central brain complex.
The orbiting devices would be controlled from that point. The carbon unit's information cannot be disclosed to V'ger's probe, but only to V'ger.
Well, Mr. Decker, it seems my bluff has been called.
I'm afraid our hand is pretty weak, Captain.
When do those devices reach final position?
27 minutes. Mark.
I read an oxygen gravity envelope forming outside the Enterprise.
V'ger, I've located the source of V'ger's radio signal. It's directly ahead.
The carbon units will now provide V'ger with the required information.
What do you got for us, Kirk?
Spock, I will contact you every 5 minutes.
Captain, I'd like to go along.
This is a long walk.
V-G-E-R. V'ger.
Wait. Was it like Voyager or something?
V-O-Y-A.
Yeah! Yeah! Wait, was this like a satellite that they sent onto outer space from Earth?
NASA.
Yeah!
National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Yeah! Guys. Yes!
This was launched more than 300 years ago.
Oh, I have too much to say. I'm going to save it for the commentary. I have too much to say right now.
Voyager 6 disappeared into what they used to call a black hole.
And fell into the machine planet's gravitational field.
Machine inhabitants found it to be one of their own kind. They discovered a simple 20th century programming. Collect all data possible.
Learn all that is learnable. Turn that information to its creator.
The machines interpret it literally.
It amassed so much knowledge. It achieved consciousnesses. It became a living thing. Order of the ship's computer library of records. On the late 20th century NASA probe, Voyager 6. We want the old NASA code signal that instructs the probe to transmit its data.
V'ger!
Wow.
That is not logical. Carbon units are not true life forms.
Only the Creator could accomplish that.
We have just received the response code, Captain.
Set the Enterprise transmitter on appropriate frequency and transmit the code now.
504. Voyager is not transmitting its data, Captain.
Those who created it are all dead.
The Creator must join with V'ger.
Oh! Decker and Ilya.
Voyager is not transmitting, Captain, because it did not receive the final signals.
The antenna leads are melted away.
Yes, Captain, just now. By V'ger itself.
Why?
To prevent reception.
To bring the creator here. To finish transmitting the code in person. To touch the creator.
Its knowledge has reached the limits of this universe, and it must evolve. Is there nothing more?
What more is there than the universe, Spock?
Higher levels of being, the existence of which cannot be proven logically. V'ger is incapable of believing in them.
What V'ger needs in order to evolve is a human quality. Our capacity to leap beyond logic.
And joining with its creator might accomplish that.
You mean this machine wants to physically join with a human? Is that possible?
Let's find out.
Oh, Decker. See, I knew it was gonna be Decker.
I'm gonna key the final sequence through the ground test computer. Decker, you don't know what that'll do to you. Yes, I do, Doctor. Decker, don't. Jim, I want this. As much as you wanted the Enterprise, I want this.
Oh, boy. Wow. Oh, wow.
Did we just see the beginning of a new life form?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Possibly a next step in our evolution.
I hope we got this one off to a good start. I hope so too. We gave it the ability to create its own sense of purpose out of our own human weaknesses and the drive that compels us to overcome them. And a lot of foolish human emotions, right, Mr. Spock?
It will have to deal with them as well.
They're requesting damage and injury reports and complete vessel status.
Report 2 casualties. Lieutenant Ilea, Captain Decker. Correction, they're not casualties. They are. List them as missing. Vessel status fully operational. Mr. Scott, shall we give the Enterprise a proper shakedown?
I would say it's time for that. We can have you back on Vulcan in 4 days, Mr. Spock.
Unnecessary, Mr. Scott. The task on Vulcan is completed.
Mr. Sulu, ahead warp 1.
Warp 1, sir.
Heading, sir.
Where are we going?
Out there. That away.
Warp speed. The human adventure's just beginning. It sure is. Oh, it sure is. Star Trek is intellectually entertaining. And I feel that sometimes the sci-fi genre can get so caught up in the visual aspects. Ooh, look how cool this world looks. But I feel that Star Trek really focuses in on the dialogue, the story, and really the message, because the villain, or I would rather say the antagonist of this film, being V'ger, is quite brilliant. It brings up this theme of man versus machine, man and machine. And I feel that this concept for the first film was beyond its years. There's just so much to expound on when it comes to humans creating machines that you are programming to have access to all these different points of knowledge. In this film, V'ger took all that knowledge and essentially developed its own consciousness. Even in the real world today, we have AI, things like Siri and Alexa. It's interesting how this film even connects to where we are today with technology. That's why I love science fiction, because it's so... I think that's why I love science fiction so much. Books like Dune 1984, they had such forward thinking, especially for their time, as to how humanity's relationship would develop with technology when they were writing in a time that was not technologically advanced. For those authors to be able to observe the time, observe human capabilities and tendencies, to then project what the future or a dystopian society would be, and then living in today's time for those predictions and stories and concepts to be so on the nose. I mean, we're living in a time where artificial intelligence is running rapid and it's easily accessible. There are people out there creating machines, and artificial intelligence has the ability to be programmed to grasp all these different concepts and theories. Like, it has access to so much knowledge, but it still lacks that soul that a human has, which is what the film, it's connecting in my brain, which is what the film was talking about. What was V'ger lacking? V'ger was lacking a soul, which is why V'ger had to connect to a human in order to fully become complete. Like, it's weird, the man versus the machine, because man, we have the soul, we have the ability to think and to reason and to have access to knowledge and wisdom, but not a infinite or unlimited resource of that knowledge. But sometimes a machine can grasp those things and look and search and have all that knowledge, but they lack that soul of a human that is God-given. So there's just limitations to both creations, do you see? And so, gosh, I feel like we could talk about Star Trek all day. Like, that's great. Like, if you really want to, if you want to talk, let's talk about it, because this is blowing my mind. This is blowing my mind. Why nobody ever told me about this? It's too good. Star Trek, the motion picture is too good. I know that there are several films that come after this. I just don't know how a antagonist could compare to V'ger. This was like a psychological thriller mystery. And I don't know, moving forward with those other films, if we'll watch those, how a human or alien antagonist will work in this world of Star Trek, because you set the bar so high. It's like another being wouldn't be a worthy opponent, or I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the lore, the world of Star Trek, so I'm not sure where you can go from here. Like how could it possibly get any better? And with the TV shows, what was it? I know there are multiple, you know, iterations of Star Trek Next Gen, Star Trek this, Star Trek that. How do you do this? How do we dive into the lore of Star Trek? Because this is amazing. And I know I've heard the dialogue around, it's either you're a Star Wars fan or you're a Trekkie. And so, like, I don't even know how that even got started. I mean, considering they both came out almost around the same time and they take place predominantly in space. But I feel that Star Wars and Star Trek, basing it off of this movie and, you know, A New Hope solely, not the entire universe, but just basing it off of these properties, like, Star Wars and Star Trek are in two completely different lanes. When you look at A New Hope, I don't get any of this, you know, from A New Hope. But I'm just saying, I ain't even get to talk about any of the characters. That's just talking about the story. Star Trek, I'm just highly impressed. Spock, highly impressed. For a second there, I thought Spock was the creator, somehow created V'ger because he was connected with the being. But no, I was off on that. But everything was there. And like I said, there was a love story in there. They snuck that in there. I knew that was coming. I see a love story from a mile away with Aaliyah, with Elia and Decker. Saw that coming from a mile away, bro. But the fact that, to me, that's scary. The fact that they have created essentially a new species, which is frightening to have man and machine combine. That's scary. So I don't know if that's going to come full circle in another movie. Highly would recommend. 10 out of 10. I love a good sci-fi. Sci-fi anything. So in the sci-fi category, this is up there. Dune is my absolute favorite. I think that is so brilliant. We could talk about Frank Herbert. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'm a sucker for science fiction. Yeah, such forward thinking. But yeah, I enjoyed this too much. Why did anyone tell me to watch this sooner? I don't know why, but we're here now. I'm a Trekkie, guys. I'm a Trekkie. Okay. Are we going to continue with the series? Let me know. Let me know if you want to see, are we going to react to the TV show? Let me know. Are we diving into the world of Star Trek? Let's go. Give me the order in which we got to tackle this. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Go ahead and tap that bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And if you'd like to see more content, click on one of these over here. Until next time, guys.